Meet James Edwards, a very successful employee at Zim International Bank for the past 10 years. James has been stationed at the loans department of the bank's head office for the last 5 years and has high aspirations of moving up within the organization in the future. Ideas about cross-training were pitched to his supervisor, Brian, but these were denied by the HR manager. On Wednesday, 6th of July 2016, Jonathan and his wife visited ZIB to complete their mortgage loan transaction with their loans officer, Larry. They were then transferred to James to process the loan.
Jonathan returned to Larry. He indicated that we don't want him in we business. Next thing my business all on the streets and he pardon them causing issues for we. To make his clients comfortable, Larry told them that he will ask his supervisor to handle the transaction.
Supervisor was briefed about the situation. James was called into his office and was asked for clarity. James said he knew Noels indirectly. He lived opposite from his dad, but he visits regularly. Brian informed James that he would do all the face-to-face transaction with the customer, but James will still have to do the processing of the documents, as he's the only person adequately trained.
James was upset about the whole situation and went to visit his father after work. James told him what had transpired at his shop, and his father became enraged, uttering expletives about Mr. and Mrs. Noel. James advised his father to try and maintain the peace for his job's sake.
The general manager then spoke up, stating that he was informed that James had breached confidentiality. The HR manager then said, with immediate effect, you'll be suspended for 3 months, and just in case you was wondering, that is without pay. Think about your actions and how it affected you and the company and the client. James was almost in tears as he was about to speak. Candace stopped him.
Litigation begins the moment someone decides to formally enforce or defend his or her legal rights. In most cases, this happens the moment a party hires an attorney to represent their interests. While on his suspension, ZIB received a letter addressed to the general manager of a grievance suspension and defamation of character. With the help of his union rep Candace, James served a summons to notify his place of work, the defendant, that a lawsuit would be filed against them. The reason being was to bring them under the jurisdiction to seek justice for the biasness he experienced. All pleadings proceeded thereafter were conducted by a state-of-the-art attorney of law on his behalf. James, the plaintiff, had all supporting documents and evidence needed to prove that the allegations made by him were true. The discovery has closed, and the trial is now set to take the stage. This led with the opening statement in defense that Mr. Jones was not breaching any terms of customer confidentiality, nor did he deserve suspension without being able to rightfully defend himself at the organization on Thursday, the 7th of July, 2016. After the attorneys made their closing arguments, the judge instructed the jury to present their findings, and the judge signed off on the winning verdict in favor of the plaintiff. As a result, James redeemed his reimbursement of lost wages and compensation for the deprivation mentioned above and full payment of all legal fees.